The traditionally male-dominated sport of wrestling has often excluded women. So this morning, we're going to introduce you to a group of women who are stepping inside the ring, not just to entertain, but to overcome personal challenges. They are the superheroes of WOW. What does that stand for? Women of Wrestling. WOW. Get it? And they include a professional bodybuilder turned single mom, a student athlete scarred by bullying, and a veteran who served in Afghanistan. CBS Saturday morning co-host Danny Jacobson shows us the empowering stories of WOW.
Growing up in Minnesota, Amberly Shaw always knew she wanted to be a professional athlete. The former synchronized swimmer and boxer, known as Candy Crush in the ring, says she found wrestling after overtraining and her struggle with depression dashed her Olympic dreams.
Wrestling is the biggest challenge that I've come to find so far.
What drew you to WOW Wrestling specifically?
The fact that there was a platform of all women testing our strength against each other and lifting each other up, that was like a no-brainer for me.
For Adana Paul's Foxy Fierce, it's all about glam and grace.
Realizing that strength and femininity can coexist, like that was the biggest thing for me.
And they lock up in the center of the ring.
Strength and femininity aren't just found on the mat.
When they climb up on the ropes, I'm like, I'm out. There's no.
Behind the scenes is Jeanie Buss, the owner of WOW and the co-owner of the Los Angeles Lakers.
What was important to me was to invest my personal funds in women's sports. But the business side of me said, what business would be sustainable, that we could create something that would last for decades? And wrestling kind of checked all those boxes.
Fans, as we get going in this.
It was WOW creator David McLane, a lifelong female wrestling fan and the original founder of Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, or GLOW, who convinced Buss, his longtime friend, that she would love it as well.
I thought it was going to be Jello wrestling or mud wrestling. I went to a show. As soon as I saw it, it all made sense to me, and I became a fan.
This is decades for you of wanting to promote women's wrestling.
Well, since GLOW, which I started aired, it's this 36-year journey to get it on national TV. They've given the women wrestlers their own worldwide platform. It's never been done before.
Retired WWE wrestling champion AJ Mendez is an executive producer and provides WOW's color commentary.
What was it like to wrestle as a woman in the last decade or so?
Wow, it was really fascinating to watch these superheroes that I looked up to have to contend with this time that had things like bra and panties matches and stuff that just wasn't something I ever felt like I would be comfortable doing. And so my goal getting into it was to take all the wonderful parts of it and change the canvas and really just make it something different.
What was different about WOW when you started to find out about it?
It was the fact that it was an all-women's federation, an all-women's company.
Cartwheel!
What can you show me that maybe I can learn a little of?
Let's start off with running the ropes.
Flying against the ropes. Coach went for a clothesline. Schoolboy roll-up.
There you go.
I'm like kicking like I'm a rockette, but okay. For someone who looks at this and says, well, those women aren't really doing anything. It's fake. What do you say?
It's not fake. You have to be an athlete. You have to be fearless. You have to be a performer to get into that ring.
You might feel this tomorrow.
That's
We all
okay.
had bruises across our backs.
We've had concussions, broken legs, arms. Our workers' comp bill's pretty high this year.
For Mendez, it's not just about the hard knocks.
People are going to fall in love with not only these characters in the ring, but their inspiring backstories. They all come from walks of life that are so different, and it just makes you fall in love with them as people, and then you root for them as superheroes.
What I like about WOW is it's women fighting their own battles. And I think that's the message that I want young women to hear, is that it's okay to, stand up for what you believe in and be passionate about it.
Thank you for teaching me.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach halfway across the ring, another arm drag, got her down.
I did have.
Are we losing you to wrestling?
No,
I was gonna
I do
ask.
not have that kind of athleticism anymore. I did have bruises, though, across my back.
But that's the point. They are athletes.
They are athletes. I know people talk about wrestling all the time. We mentioned it in the piece. It's scripted. You may know the outcome of what's going to happen, but those moves and jumping off in that ring, you're really doing these moves. Nate, you know.
Those are real falls.
These are real falls.
athleticism.
I know.
And the backgrounds of most of these women that are wrestling is an athletic background.
That's awesome.
Incredible.
Dana, thank you very much. It's a great piece. Wow. Women of Wrestling premieres in syndication this weekend and is distributed by Paramount Global.